What if I told you that just $500 a month, less than your daily coffee, could make you a millionaire? Most people ignore it. But the truth is, time and consistency do all the heavy lifting. I'm going to show you the simple, proven strategy that can turn small monthly investments into over $1 million. And the best part? You can start today. Stick around, because this is the $500 secret nobody talks about. Imagine this. It's Monday morning. You're sitting at your kitchen table, coffee in hand, staring at your bank account like it's some kind of riddle. The balance is low, bills are looming, and the idea of ever becoming wealthy feels impossible. Now, picture this instead. You decide, just for yourself, to commit $500 a month toward your future. That's it. No lottery tickets, no get-rich-quick schemes, no insane side hustles that burn you out. Just $500. A little consistency. Sounds small, right? Barely noticeable. You might think, $500 a month? That won't get me anywhere. And that's exactly what makes this secret so powerful. It's the kind of thing that most people overlook. Because here's the thing, it's not about the money you put in, it's about what it becomes over time. Let me break it down for you. If you take $500 a month and invest it wisely, say in a solid stock market index fund, earning an average of 8% per year, something incredible happens. Don't worry, we are keeping the math simple. No PhD required. Here's the secret sauce. Compound interest. Think of compound interest like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's tiny, barely moves. But as it rolls, it picks up snow, gaining size, speed, and momentum. In the same way, your $500 isn't just sitting there. Each month, it earns a little extra from interest or investment growth. And next month, your interest earns interest on itself. It's interest on interest, on interest. And over time, it explodes. Let's paint a picture. You start investing $500 at age 25. Fast forward 10 years, you've contributed $60,000. Sounds nice, but not life-changing, right? But thanks to compound growth, that $60,000 has grown to about $100,000. That's the snowball picking up momentum. By year 20, you've contributed $120,000 total. But the magic of compounding has grown it to almost $300,000. And by the time you hit 30 years, you've invested $180,000. But your account now sits at roughly $1 million. Yes, you read that right. $500 a month. 30 years. $1 million. It's not magic, it's math. And it's completely within reach for anyone willing to start. Here's why most people fail. They look at the number and panic. $500 a month? That's a lot. I can't afford that. But let's be real. $500 is roughly what people spend on a couple of nights out, takeout, or even their daily coffee habits if tracked carefully. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about redirecting your money toward your future self. And the earlier you start, the more the snowball grows. Think about it like this. A single $500 investment isn't life-changing. But consistent $500 investments month after month? That's where the magic lives. It's boring. It's steady. And yet, it's powerful enough to create real wealth. Here's a quick story. There's a guy named Mike. Average guy. Normal job. Nothing special. At 25, he decided he wanted financial freedom by the time he turned 55. He didn't have thousands lying around. He had $500 a month to invest. Every month, without fail, he put it into an index fund. He lived a normal life, didn't get rich overnight, didn't take crazy risks. By 55, Mike didn't just have a nest egg, he had over $1 million in the bank. The crazy part? Mike never even thought of himself as an investor. He just committed to the habit. And that's the point. It's not about being brilliant. It's about showing up every month, letting time and consistency do the heavy lifting for you. And let's be real, most people will never do this. They'll wait for the perfect time or more money or better market conditions. Meanwhile, the snowball is rolling for those who actually start. That's the unfair advantage of time and compounding. So here's the takeaway from Chapter 1. Small, consistent actions over long periods create extraordinary results. $500 a month may seem like a drop in the ocean today, but in 30 years, that drop grows into a tidal wave of wealth. And it's not luck, it's strategy. By the end of this series, you'll see exactly how this simple habit can transform your financial future. and how you can start today without needing a massive salary, insider knowledge, or a financial wizard guiding you. Because here's the truth: becoming a millionaire doesn't require huge risks, complicated plans, or magic. It just requires starting small, staying consistent, and letting time work for you. And that, my friend, is the $500 secret most people overlook, but the ones who embrace it, they win. Big. Alright, now that you know the $500 a month magic exists, let's pull back the curtain a little more. Because here's the thing, it's not just about putting money away. Anyone can shove $500 under their mattress, but that won't make you a millionaire. The real secret lies in how you make that money work for you. So, let's talk investments, the engine behind the $500 snowball. You've probably heard of stocks, bonds, index funds, ETFs, maybe even crypto if you're adventurous. And yes, it can sound overwhelming, especially if you're not a finance person. But here's the truth, you don't need to be. In fact, the smartest investors are often the simplest. Take the S&P 500, for example. It's basically a basket of America's 500 biggest companies. Historically, it has returned around 8% per year on average. Some years it dips, some years it spikes, but over decades, it's consistently grown. That's exactly why putting your $500 a month into a low-cost index fund can turn into a $1 million fortune over time. You're not trying to pick the next Apple or Tesla, you're investing in the whole market. Let's break it down in story form. Meet Sarah. She's 28, working a regular 9 to 5, and like many of us, she didn't have a clue about investing. One day, she decides to take the leap. $500 a month, automated into an index fund. No fancy strategies, no chasing trends, just consistency. Year 1. She barely notices. The balance grows slowly, maybe a couple thousand by the end of the year. Year 5. She's starting to see the power of compounding. By year 10, the growth starts feeling real. Her money is earning more than she is. By year 20, her account is in the 6 figures, and by year 30, she's staring at close to $1 million, all from $500 a month. That's the quiet, steady magic at work. And here's another secret most people overlook: time beats intensity. You don't need to invest $5,000 a month or risk everything in some hot stock. You just need to start early and be consistent. Time is your ally. The earlier you start, the more your snowball rolls and picks up speed. But wait, I hear you saying, the stock market is risky. What if I lose my money? Good question. Yes, markets fluctuate. Some years are brutal. But here's the beauty. Over long periods, the market historically bounces back and grows. If you panic and pull your money out at the wrong time, you'll miss the gains. But if you stay the course, the market rewards patience. And automation helps with this. Set it and forget it. No emotional roller coaster required. Now let's tackle another objection. I can't afford $500 a month. Here's the mindset shift. $500 a month isn't the amount you spend, it's the amount you prioritize. Skip a few nights out, cut some unnecessary subscriptions, brew your coffee at home. Small adjustments add up. You don't need a huge salary, you just need a strategy and discipline. And here's the real kicker. The $500 snowball isn't just about numbers. It's about mindset. Every month you invest, you're training yourself to think like a wealthy person. You're learning patience, discipline, and delayed gratification, skills far more valuable than the money itself. Because once you see the magic of compounding work for you, it changes the way you approach every financial decision. Let me give you one more visual. Imagine a tiny sapling in your backyard. You water it every day, give it sunlight, and care for it. In the beginning, it seems insignificant, barely growing. But 10, 20, 30 years later, that sapling is a towering tree, strong, full-grown, providing shade, fruit, and shelter. Your $500 investment is that sapling. Small actions today become monumental outcomes tomorrow. And finally, here's the ultimate secret behind the million. It's boring. Seriously. No flashy stocks, no get-rich-quick schemes. The path to $1 million is slow, steady, predictable, and consistent. That's what most people don't want to hear. They want magic. But boring is what works. Boring builds wealth. And boring, over decades, creates millionaires. So, by now, you probably get the picture. $500 a month, invested wisely, consistently, and over time, grows into life-changing wealth. But here's what separates dreamers from doers: action. Knowing the secret isn't enough. You have to start. And that's exactly what we'll cover in Chapter 3, How to Start Today, the practical steps to automate your $500, pick the right investments, and make this snowball unstoppable. Because at the end of the day, the $500 secret isn't really about money. It's about starting, staying consistent, and letting the power of time and compounding do what humans can't: turn small, ordinary efforts into extraordinary wealth. Alright, now it's time to get real. You know the secret. $500 a month, invested consistently, can turn into $1 million over time. You've seen the math, the stories, and the magic of compounding. But here's the million-dollar question. How do you actually start? Step 1. Decide and commit. No fancy strategies yet. No overthinking. Just make a decision. Ask yourself, am I going to let my future self thank me, or keep waiting? That's it. That's the difference between dreamers and doers. Once you decide, write it down. Treat it like a promise to yourself. Step 2. Pick the right investment vehicle. Remember Sarah from Chapter 2? She chose a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Why? Because it's simple, diversified, and historically proven to grow over decades. You don't need to become a stock market expert overnight. Look for low-cost index funds or ETFs. These track the market and keep fees low. Consistency. Automate your investments each month. Long-term perspective. Ignore the daily market noise. Automation is your best friend here. Set up a recurring transfer of $500 from your checking account into your investment account. Think of it like paying a bill, except this one builds your future. You won't have to rely on discipline alone because the system handles it for you. Step 3. Start small if you must. Can't swing $500 right away? No problem. Start with $100 or $200 and increase as you can. The key is starting, not waiting for the perfect moment. Remember, even small snowballs eventually grow into mountains with time and consistency. Step 4. Track your progress but don't obsess. Log in once a month or once a quarter. Watch the numbers grow, and celebrate the tiny wins. But don't check every day. Markets fluctuate, and watching daily swings can make you anxious and tempted to pull out. Patience wins. Step 5. Adopt the millionaire mindset. This isn't just about money, it's about habits. Every month you invest, you're training your brain to prioritize wealth building over instant gratification. Think long term. Delay the coffee shop splurge today, so your future self can sip margaritas on a beach 30 years from now with $1 million account backing you up. Now, let's talk about visualizing your future. Picture this. 10 years from now, you casually glance at your investment account. You've put in $60,000 total. The account balance? $100,000. Not life-changing yet, but exciting. Fast forward to 20 years. $120,000 invested, almost $300,000 grown. And then 30 years, $180,000 invested. Your account? $1 million. That's the power of time, compounding, and consistency. And it all started with one simple decision today. Here's another pro tip. Increase your contribution over time. Every raise, bonus, or side hustle extra, throw part of it into your investment account. You'll be amazed at how quickly that snowball gains momentum when you supercharge it. And don't forget, life happens. There will be months you can't invest the full $500. Don't panic. Skip, adjust, or make it up later. The key is to keep going. The snowball doesn't have to roll perfectly. It just has to roll consistently. Finally, let's tie it all together with the mindset shift that turns ordinary savers into millionaires. Focus on what you control, and let time do the rest. You control your contributions. You control choosing smart, simple investments. You control starting today, not tomorrow. You cannot control the market, inflation, or economic swings. But that's okay, because over decades, the system works for disciplined investors. So here's your action plan, plain and simple. Decide to commit, write it down and make it real. Pick a simple index fund or ETF. The market works for you over time. Automate $500 per month, or whatever you can. Set it and forget it. Be consistent, patient, and persistent. Small steps, repeated over decades. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Tiny wins lead to monumental outcomes. And here's the truth. Most people won't do this. They'll wait for more money, better timing, or some magical opportunity. That's why consistent investors become millionaires. They start small, stay consistent, and let time do the heavy lifting. Imagine yourself 30 years from now. You're financially free. Bills don't stress you. You can make choices based on passion, not necessity. And it all started with $500 a month and a simple decision: to start. The $500 secret isn't a trick or a gimmick. It's not about luck, hype, or being rich overnight. It's about starting small, being consistent, and trusting the process. Start today. Your future self will thank you. And your $500 snowball? Well, it might just make you a millionaire.